Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Those Guys with your host Matt Marrero along with the other host
Tristan Walter.
And Tristan, we're almost caught up. What can we do on Saturdays that we're both busy, or rather during the week when we're both busy when we pre-record these? What can we do when we're out of Toonami TIEs? What are we going to do, Tristan?
I don't know, Matt. Definitely not run into old enemies and crash land on a barren planet.
Old enemies would have to be redoing these TIEs again. And granted, they're good TIEs, but still. So I have to say, this TIE, this tie-in event, the one we're talking about today, is The Intruder 2. Now, we have to remove the nostalgia from this because this did not come out that long ago, only a few years ago, right? Like I'm pretty sure it came out 4 years ago? Maybe. Well, because it started maybe even 3. Yeah, you look on the internet. I'm pretty sure only 3 years ago actually, because we're in 2018 right now as of this recording, and this event happened at least a year after they brought it back. They didn't just bring it back in 2013 and then bring out this event. So I'm pretty sure they waited a bit. I don't know if this happened in 2014 or 2015. Either way, though, I have to say, even though there should be nostalgia involved in this because, of course, it ties into the first Intruder, but at the same time, of course, we usually give a rundown of what aired during the TIE, and we won't be doing that this time. I mean, we'll be doing maybe a little bit of it, but it won't be like, whoa, that, because some of the stuff is still airing, or sequels to it are still airing.
Right.
Like Shippuden is still on the air.
Oh, God. And it probably always will.
It always will be, yes. What were we going to say?
So it began airing November 7th, 2015, concluded on December 19th, 2015. So, 3 years ago now.
Yeah, so it's not that long ago.
Actually kind of hilarious. We're almost around that same time this year now doing this.
Oh, I thought you said it's hilarious due to how long we've been podcasting. Like, we're going back to our roots. No, we started 2014-ish. But one thing I want to say about this, though, this is currently, and it's not just because it's new, it's not because it's all shiny with the CG. It's like, no, all jokes aside, and I'm trying to put my biases aside, even for the past, I think this is the best TIE I've ever seen from Toonami.
Yeah.
I really like the first Intruder, don't get me wrong. But with the first Intruder, they were still trying to figure things out. And then after that, they went for the let's put out games route, which was nice, but it doesn't age well. So it's hard to review that without the games in context, that some of them have been lost to time. And then it's funny, there was one TIE they actually did before doing this one, but why are we not talking about that? Why do we skip it? Why does Tristan not remember it? Why is he confused right now? Maybe you are too listening in at home, or wherever you're listening to this. They did one where instead of doing a TIE with Tom and Sarah, they actually just aired the pilot to IGPX all week.
Right.
Which was nice. I don't remember it. I've heard great things about IGPX, but it had nothing to do with Tom or Sarah, so I'm pretty sure I tuned out as a kid.
Right. Yeah,
so that's why we skipped
IGPX, and it was actually pretty cool.
But
did you catch
Did you catch the original pilot-y thing, or did you catch the full-on one they did that was different than the first? Because there's 2 iterations of IGPX.
Yeah, I know.
They showed the original pilot-y.
Okay.
Well, because it was brand new at the time. Do you see what I'm saying? IGPX. They showed the when that Toonami. Yeah, but when that TIE came out, they in 2003, it was the original pilot-y before it actually became something completely different.
Yeah, it was more like Gundam, almost.
Yeah, I mean, I have never seen either iteration, but the point is, that's what I'm telling you. I've never seen it.
I've heard blind right now.
Yes, All I can tell you is I've heard great things, Tristan. I never claimed. Tristan's like sitting here like, yeah, Matt always talks about Dragon Ball Z and IGPX. No, this is like the third time I've ever mentioned it in the 10 years that we knew each other. The only thing that you know what's beautiful, everybody? If you're all sitting there at home, like, they've been doing this for 4 years and they're so out of sync. Apparently the only thing we can sync together is our fucking Denny's order.
Okay.
Because yesterday, Tristan and I hung out, and we got the exact same burger, the exact same drink, and I was furious because I was like, wait, I didn't tell you. And he's like, I didn't tell you either. We were talking about what we were guessing, but we didn't tell each other the process of elimination that we went through and what criteria we fucking had for Denny's burgers until I'm like, you know what, Tristan, you go first. You knew your order first. And you hit the full order, and I'm like, can I have the exact same thing, just medium instead of well? And it's like, okay, apparently. And it was okay, Tristan. But apparently it's the only thing we can fucking sync up. But we're on a podcast, and it's just like the IGPX nerds that we are not. Just going, yeah, IGPX, the one that was.
I mean, I watched it.
It was on. You didn't watch enough of it, though, to know that the differences.
I saw bits of the original one, but I watched the full thing of the newer one.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair. Okay. So, yeah, I was referring to, I've seen neither. But other than clips, because I knew it used to air on Toonami, so I'd see the trailers, and something inside me was like, I don't know. And it didn't really gel with me. It didn't resonate. Now I want to see it, looking back. But at the time, I was like, I don't know. But anyway, right. Back to what matters, Tristan. This Toonami TIE. I know you might not say it's the best one, but you were telling me before we began the podcast how good it was. Like, you can agree to that, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, but no, because that's interesting. Because, like, do you think this is the best one? Do you disagree with me there? We're gonna start this off controversial, guys. Controversial.
I mean,
was the sequel better than the original, Tristan?
I mean, I feel like they put a lot of love in this one between, really smooth animation. They even had their own soundtrack for it.
Right, yes, of course, because they had to, make a new soundtrack because I think we were just getting similar Toonami tracks early on, like in this new run.
Yeah, they did even play a little bit of the original, like the first Intruder, its track from the first one, when they find out, when Sarah figures out what it is, the track that plays is the original theme.
That's nice.
So yeah, there was a lot of like little polishes here and there and references that they did that were really nice.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. So one thing I want to say is the acting was astronomically better than the first one, and even the second and third weren't terrible actually. Like the first one, I think was like not the worst, but like I don't know. There's just something. It's just something where like these voice actors who I'm not saying they weren't good at the time, like Blum and like Sonny Strait. I'm not saying they weren't good at the time, but actually, being like having what God, how many years? How many years extra in their careers to be able to, come back and do these characters? It's kind of like, like you've been voice acting and doing other acting, like other things like video games and not just anime for years now. So yeah, you're more polished. And perhaps maybe they also didn't have to, like, I don't know how they dubbed the original, but perhaps the original, they were like, hey guys, we don't have the budget for this much CG at once.
Right.
But it seems like this one, it's not just that it's not just new and shiny because of the fact that it's coming out now versus back in the day. I do think that they might have more budget. Although maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like this had more of a budget than the first one or even the other two did.
Yeah, I feel like they may have had a little more to throw at this one.
Yeah. Also, you mentioned the whole, not just homages, but like being made with love to the original Toonami. Yeah, having the Intruder merge with Tom's old body, and that's their way of bringing back Sonny Strait, which, if you guys don't remember, was the original Tom.
Yeah, that was great.
That was beautiful. And also, some of you might be like, oh, Sonny Strait, the original Tom, that's crazy. He was also in your childhood if you saw Dragon Ball Z on Toonami, because he was Krillin.
Yeah.
He
Not
still is
gonna
Krillin.
lie, evil Krillin is really, really strange.
Yeah, well, you think that's bad. Evil, oh God, I can't believe I forgot his name. I love this character, too, from Fullmetal Alchemist. With the glasses, and his daughter. Not Tucker, not that guy. I'm talking about.
I was about to say,
no,
Matt,
no.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
No, that was Hiei. No, that was Hiei's voice actor. No, I'm referring and Garlic Jr.'s. No, I'm referring to. Oh God, he passed away early on in the show as his character.
Right.
He died in a phone booth.
Oh, Hughes?
Thank you,
Hughes. God, he died
Sonny Strait is Hughes.
Booth. Fuck.
I mean, I don't want to say that he died in case I didn't want to spoil anything, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, how else do I fucking tell you? He died in a phone booth. Neo. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck else to tell.
Why couldn't you remember that he always talked about his daughter? That would have given it away.
I said his daughter, and your first thought was Edward, so fuck you. Your first thought was Edward when I talked about someone having a daughter.
No. All right, whatever.
Well, no, when she says Edward, that's your first thought when I mentioned someone on the show having a daughter. And I was like, his daughter, who he loves. And that's why you were like, are you hitting me with sarcasm, Matt? And I'm like, no. He loves his daughter.
It sounded like you were using sarcasm, because apparently you can't talk in a voice that doesn't make it sound like you're not using it.
Frankly, you're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
So there.
Okay. We have to reel things back in here. We have to reel some things back in. So bringing back Sonny Strait was amazing.
Yes.
Also, some of the lines, a few of them, I will admit, sounded a bit too badass edgy, like they were trying a bit hard for Tom, but I still have to, because they could, because now they're on Adult Swim versus being on Toonami, but I still have to say, though, regardless of those lines, Blum, I always call him Stephen Blum, Blum delivered them excellently. That's the thing, like, he's gotten so much better, or at least more free in doing this voice, but also voice acting, that even though there were some lines, and I can't remember them because sadly I saw this, this is one of those podcasts which rarely happens where I did not get to see this right before the podcast. I actually saw this a few days prior. So I can't remember the lines off the top of my head, but it was just some stuff, I don't know. Like, it was just something where, like, if the Intruder was fucking with him, he'd be like, yeah, well, suck these robot nuts, and then fly off. And it's just, there's like, he would say, like, really, like stuff, it's like, okay, I know that you're on Toonami, but, like, dudes, come on.
I mean, it was funny. I was expecting him to say that, but he didn't. The only line that I'm thinking of that I feel like falls under what you're talking about was when he's like, Tom, what are you doing? I can always track you through the ship. You have, a tracker in your chassis. Like, did you forget? And his arm is damaged, so he plucks off his arm, and I guess he's able to take the tracker off of him. And he's like, track this, asshole. And the door closes before he finishes it.
Because legally, they actually can't say asshole on Cartoon Network, but that's what's funny. It's an actual thing they can't do, technically, or they'd be fined or some shit. So they're like, to be fair, that was funny at least. But there was something he said before that. Also, him removing his own arm, I don't think that was edgy because that was smart. And yes, he's a robot. We have to understand that. Although, I will admit, I don't know, like, I think we talked about this, actually, during the first Intruder. Was there ever a point you thought that Tom was not a robot, like he was a dude in a suit? Didn't you used to think that? Or I said that I used to think that when we were kids?
I mean, yeah, we used to think that. Although looking at old Tom's body proportions, that makes it seem even less likely than new Tom's body proportions.
Yeah, no, old Tom would be held by like fucking Betamax. Just hairy baby. No, I am actually. I need to run to the because he looks like a fat baby.
Oh God, he's just
like the original
what the hell
Tom's
is
design.
this thing? Yeah.
That's what
no, don't
Hito
even
would say.
Talk about his backward-facing knees either.
Yeah, Hito would be like, "What is that thing?" And you just have Baymax, hairy baby.
No, I can imagine
like,
old Tom being held by him. It's like, what the hell is this thing? And get it off of me.
Oh, he's the one that's saying, "What the hell is this thing?" Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, I enjoyed that. In a weird way, the Intruder did win for a bit, like taking out Sarah. It felt a bit too easy, but again, Tom can throw down, but his ship isn't made to it's made to fight outside forces, but it didn't seem like his ship was ever made for what happens if something gets in.
Well, yeah, I mean, it never
At least
felt
the
like
new
the
ship.
Absolution was strictly for combat. Like, they have defenses and they have shields, but the other ship that the Intruder has an EMP blaster, so that kind of fucked things up too.
Yeah. No, I think it could fight outside forces. Like, if it was like a Star Trek thing, when it's like, oh, we're going to fight outside forces, that's fine. But if they beam themselves on the ship, you're fucked. Like, I mean, granted, yes, they have phasers and shit like that in Star Wars, but, like, what I mean here is that, like, Tom has, like, one gun, and it's just, like apparently all of his other buddies aren't around anymore from, like, the first TIEs.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like they're chilling anymore. Because, in the first TIEs, it was like, I forgot their names, but he had all those, like, robot friends that are like, yo, Tom.
Oh, Clyde. Yeah.
Clyde, thank you. They were just like, yo, Tom, you need some fucking backup? Thanks, Clyde. Yo, I fuck your shit up. Like, yo, Clyde, stand back. Like, it's okay, I got this. Like, Clyde's were, like, all up. Like, Clyde's would, like, protect the shit out of Tom. But, like, I guess for some reason they did not bring them back.
Right.
What was I going to? Yeah.
Although
like, it
I
seems
think
like
the funniest line for me was like Sarah's like, Tom, don't go down there. I realize I scanned the life form. I know who it is. It's it's not an intruder. It's the intruder, the one from last time. And he's like, the one from like years ago. She's like, yes, that one. And he's like, well, at least I have a better gun this time.
That one was funny. That one wasn't edgy. That one was like actually a joke. Yeah, that one was funny. You're right. It is interesting though. I wonder. Like, I just want to know. Like, I want to talk to the creators of Toonami and just be like, guys. So, when Tom wasn't on the air, what the fuck was he doing? Like, no, because apparently, like, he existed. Because he could say the one from years ago. So I'm like, yo, what was Tom doing? What was Tom doing off the air? Tell me. Give me a comic. Just give me, like, one comic. And I don't think they've done one yet. I'm like, give me just one 5-issue comic. They've done comics. No, they did comics, but I don't think they've done one to tie in original Toonami and current Toonami. They did one once. They did one once to show off why Tom looked the way he did when he had a fucking no face on the random planet with, like, the bug helpers, the cancel Toonami.
Right.
Remember when he just turned that way out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And we were like,
that was
what?
The other reference.
Yeah. So that was a reference.
I'm pretty sure that was a reference to.
But
it's like, yeah, I found, I tracked down another broadcast and I found that other you and I killed him.
But I'm confused. No, but that further confuses things. How many Toms exist? Okay. First of all, how many Toms exist? That's the first thing.
All of the Toms.
Secondly, well, no, now that adds on to my question, I guess. Secondly, is there a hentai Tom?
That seems oddly specific.
Shut the fuck up. Is there a Tom that they don't talk to? Is there a Tom that they don't talk to? That it's just like...
the one that he destroyed. That's the one they don't talk to.
But that's not hentai Tom for so many reasons. There's so many.
I mean, you don't know that.
You don't know what he did when they went off the air.
Oh, God.
But, no, but seriously, though, I'm really concerned because I'm like, wait, I'm fine. I'm not fine that they killed him. That is frustrating. Like, I know it's like we shit on that Tom, but, like, I don't want a Tom to die. But, like, at the same time, I'm still curious. How dare you?
I think even now Tom would be like, no, I think we're good. You can kill that one off. You can have that one.
The saddest thing would be if that Tom was like, you're here to kill me. Yes. Thank you. Oh God. Oh, God. Flashes? Only Toonami.
Yep.
He's getting murdered in the background? Only Toonami. Boop. No, but like, I'm just confused. Like, is there another consciousness of Tom? Like, was it an uploaded different version? Was it a version that exclusively showed Naruto? I'm so confused. Was it, like, does this Tom not know that Blue Dragon wasn't as bad as some people say it is? I've never seen Blue Dragon. But you know about Blue Dragon. It was that Xbox game all turned anime, or vice versa. I don't know if the game came first.
Actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. I just never checked it out because at that time, I'm pretty sure at that time I was either living with my dad or I was living with my dad. So like being on Saturday didn't change anything. Like I was just like, yeah, I can't really watch these weekly.
Right.
Oh God, this Tom does not know about Prince of Tennis. We have to teach this Tom about Prince of Tennis.
We will show him friendship through tennis.
It aired on Toonami, just not. It aired on like
it was on Jetstream.
Yes, but was Jetstream still hosted by that Tom, or was it just a streaming service thing?
No, it was a streaming service. I think it was on before that Tom.
Okay. But still, yeah. There's so much this Tom doesn't know about. We need to show him all those anime. But it was a fun reference, and I guess it was like a little in joke. But like that just opened up the universe in my brain of like how many Toms exist.
Right.
Like clearly this Tom is the same Tom that we know, and it's linear because he's like the same intruder. So that's clearly tying it in. But the second you're like, by the way. Here's what it did for me. To say that to me, like, oh yeah, that other Tom. I'm like, is this Doctor Who? Is this Rick and Morty now? Is that what this is? The Council of Toms. Like, is that what this fucking is?
Tom. Oh God. Only not as cool.
What? No, in my head, that Tom, the one on the random island, random, planet, that kind of looks like the one that this Tom landed on, but clearly not. That Tom was the War Doctor Tom.
Oh, God.
Tom, you have to start airing these anime, and you have to only do it on a weekly basis. You can't do it on a daily basis. He just turns into that Tom. If I must betray myself.
Oh, my God. How dare you?
No, how dare I?
Don't ever talk to me and my Toms again.
Don't ever talk to me and my Toms ever again. But I will say, though, it was kind of long at 16 minutes, but long in a good way. Like I think it was just good to have more oomph to it, more of the story to it. And again, it might just be based on the fact that.
Yeah, they were split over a few weeks, and they were like 5-minute episodes each. They split them into like 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah, no, they did a very good job of that. It wasn't just like not that 5 is there's anything wrong with only being 5 parts, but they definitely did a good job with this one. And frankly, at first, when I first heard about it, I was like, we're going back to Intruder again, and it was like, wait, no, it's only the second one. Like, I legit thought it was the third one already because my brain was like, we never had another Intruder, and like, yes, we had Trapped in Hyperspace, which could have legit just been another Intruder, but they were like, well, we'll call it something different. But in this case, I was like, oh, we're going back to that Intruder well, and it was like, no, Matt, we've never gone back to it. And then, even though I hadn't seen the whole thing, I don't know if ever, until this moment, like until this podcast, but I had seen the parts with Sonny Strait, at least most of them. And I was like, God damn it, they got him back. Like, it was just that moment of, wait, no, God damn, because you hear his voice, and you and I knowing his voice growing up, not even like we're sitting here with like wine glasses, like we're anime connoisseur. No, just like from what we've seen him in as a kid, like much of our childhood, it was to hear that voice. It was like, oh damn! Like I don't know about you, but immediately I was like, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh, so were you like? What did you think about Sarah when Sarah quote unquote died? Like, what was your first thought?
I mean, it was weird. It kind of, I'm like, Tom, she's not dead yet. He just took the core. She's, I mean, I didn't really know what to think. I'm like, it's like, no, you still have a chance of getting her back. I know you'll figure something out.
But I just think that maybe, like Tom even said, yeah, I did not know if this was going to work. So I do wonder if that was in his brain.
Yeah, well, that was the only thing he could think to do was download everything from the ship's, mainframe and subsystems and see if it was enough to, put her consciousness back together in an actual mainframe.
And it sort of was.
And it
She's
did.
like, it's kind of like me, but not.
Well, she's like, I'm missing a few things, and there's some other new shit in here. So, I mean, I'll figure it out, but for the most part, I'm here.
Tom's looking at her like, do you remember Outlaw Star? I don't. Fuck yeah. Turns on Outlaw Star.
There. Okay, I thought you were going to go in the opposite direction. I was about to say fuck you, and now I realize.
No,
yes.
He wants to watch it again.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I heard you don't remember Cowboy Bebop. No, Tom, I definitely remember Cowboy Bebop. No, pretty sure we have to put it on at 3:30 in the morning. Tom, I remember Cowboy Bebop. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing a no. Ah, Tom.
Look, Sarah, I just lost an arm, okay? I need some comfort anime right now.
Yeah, right. I need late night Cowboy Bebop.
I need late night Cowboy Bebop.
We got to do Cowboy Bebop one day. But I have the DVDs. It's a good show. Love it.
Yes.
Did you expect Tom? Oh, what? You first.
So no, go ahead.
I was saying, did you expect Tom to do the old Broly throw the character into the sun? Did you expect that, or not into the sun, but like he threw him into a? What did he throw him into?
Well,
it wasn't the sun, but it was, or was it?
You mean the original or this one?
No, this one.
No,
that's right. This one
he set his ship's reactors to critical, and then it blew up, and the shock
right,
took out the absolution. That I did not expect.
No.
Tom took out his own ship. I'm like, oh,
that was good.
Oh,
yeah, you know what
why?
happened? It's funny. I'm seeing the ship explode right now behind me because I do have it playing in the background on mute. That's what I usually do for every podcast. I just didn't get to see it in full again. So for some odd reason, my brain auto-corrected the explosion behind him
threw him into the sun.
Yes, because that's what happens all the time in anime. So I thought they were going for that again. Like, I can just picture Broly being thrown into the sun, technically, by a super Kamehameha with the trumpets and the marching band in the background. I love that OST. It's just, it was all like here comes, you know what I'm thinking of, the Japanese one was like,
yeah.
as he's getting fucking thrown into the sun screaming Kakarot.
Right.
But,
I mean,
I wonder if they'll do that in the Super Broly movie.
But maybe I'll just blow that up and let them all freeze in darkness. Wait a minute, I'm heading right for it.
Hold on, can't I blow it up while I'm heading right for it? No, I can't think. Oh. But
all right.
One
Look
thing.
Here.
Look here, motherfucker. But no, all jokes aside though, speaking of Broly, I wonder if in Super they're gonna be like, Vegeta, what Kakarot? How about no? We throw him, still no, into the sun. Maybe.
Honestly, I feel like Vegeta would come up with that plan at this point, and Goku would be like, no, I want to fight him again because he's strong and I need to train against him. Kakarot, I'm standing right here. But he's strong. Kakarot, go fuck yourself.
Literally, like, you just have Piccolo, I still technically have Kami inside me, which means that I do have a little bit of telekinesis. Also, I have large ears. I heard that, Goku. Go fuck yourself. No, because it's just like, why am I'm right here. It's like, I'm right here. It's like, yeah, I know, but I can train with that guy instead. Just Piccolo somewhere else. I know I shouldn't still be mad about this.
But I am.
But I'm mad about this. What's going on, Piccolo? He's talking about training with somebody else again. God damn it. Hey, can I put my arm on your shoulder?
That comment.
Can I put my arm on your shoulder, Piccolo? Sure. Hey, Goku. Krillin, oh my god. We're actually fighting someone really strong right now. What's going on? Go fuck yourself. Hey!
I have a job and a wife and a kid, and my life is great. I don't need you. So. Everyone comes by. There's like a giant line. Hey, Goku. Hi, Master Roshi. Go fuck yourself. Roshi. Like everyone's standing behind Piccolo. It's been how many years? Still haven't listened to my training.
Pan puts her hands on Piccolo's shoulder. Goku just hears farting noises.
God.
Who is this? Is this King Kai? He's like, who is making
Goku?
farting noises on the line? Oh my god. But so how
King
do you
Kai
feel about their new?
He's packing up his car. He's like, no, Bubbles, I'm going down there and I'm kicking his ass. I don't care.
I'm dead. What do I have to lose?
Motherfucker still hasn't wished me back.
No, that's what Gregory would be selling that to him. Bubbles going, ooh. He's like, you're right, Bubbles. I am going to go ape shit on his ass. Bubbles would be instigating it.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Oh, God.
How do you feel about, as I'm looking this up? Oh, wait, no, you have a question. You have been silenced. You must respond. What's going on? I feel like I've been silencing you too much.
God damn it. No longer will you silence me, Matt. I'm back, and I'm going to take over your consciousness.
Oh, no.
I'm going to take over those
teenage
guys.
Tristan.
Fuck you.
He's come back.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, no. It's... Sorry. Keep going. What were you going to say?
So, we were going to... I was going to bring up... I was looking at bumpers. And it's really interesting how they're still running the broadcast as all this is happening, but everything's like glitching out and like there are error symbols coming up as,
Yes.
Adult Swim comes up and they're showing the promos and all that.
Yes.
So the lineup, they were actually fighting Frieza and Kai at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's almost kind of symbolic in a way.
Just like old times.
Tom's fighting the Intruder, right? Goku's fighting Frieza.
Yeah, it's funny actually. Wait, so question though.
Agami got killed going on.
Am I wrong? Wrong in saying that they didn't do bumpers like these as much, if at all, during the original Toonami TIEs?
No, they still had different bumpers going on. Hyperspace definitely did.
Okay, because I thought they did, but I had forgotten because it's been a
Lockdown.
while. When I say different, I mean like they were clearly in trouble, like in these.
I mean, yeah.
Because in these, they're... Yeah, okay, I'm only curious because in these, when we see them now, it's clearly like, yo, some shit's going down. Tom is not at his fucking desk. I'm happy he kept the stream running, but he is not at his desk. Yeah,
that's true. Oh, wow. Yeah, another big one going on at the time. Parasite was airing.
Right. Wait, so can you tell me when this first aired again, the actual date that you had?
November 7th.
November 7th, 2015. All right. Yep. The reason why I want to get that in November? Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's
the end of the
time you would... No, okay. Because that's a time you would normally chill the fuck out.
I mean, they were kind of going into the new year, and granted, that's when they did the first Intruder.
Right, that's true.
Or
let
it
me
was
see
just
here.
after. It was from 99 into 2000, I'm pretty sure. And that's when they had the new Tom.
Right. So looking at some of the anime they had running at the time, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Akame ga Kill, which I do like actually. It's not something that I am in love with, but it's one of those guilty pleasures. It's like it's not that it's bad in any way, but it's just one of those that like you can kind of enjoy it for some of the action and some of the powers, but it's not one that watching the anime I'm like, yo, I got to get more of this. I want to read more of it because I think it went a different direction, but in watching it I'm not like, oh damn, I need another season now. Rather than something like Black Lagoon, where I'm still like, where is it? There's also, like you said, Parasite the Maxim, which I've only seen one episode of the anime, but I have to say, manga over anime. I'm not saying we can never do it on the show, but manga over anime, 100%. Michigo and Hachin, which was actually a very interesting anime, but I described it to you as so depressing that you were like, no, I don't want to watch it, because it was rather depressing. I don't know if it gets better, but the first episode was super fucking depressing.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes of it while it was running.
Naruto Shippuden. Oh my God. It's weathering the storm. One Piece, which did not weather that storm. It's funny.
Which I can't help but feel weird about. I mean, I get it long running, but also the fact that it's like Naruto's been going on for this long and still isn't done, and yet it's still on the block while One Piece gets the axe.
Guess what? It clearly has to be getting either good ratings or it's cheaper to license.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It has to be one of the two.
I guess.
Well, no, I'm talking about cheaper license from, like, Adult Swim / Toonami having to put the money forth to get it on the air.
Right.
It might be cheaper for Shippuden. Also, they may have knew that Boruto was coming, or was Boruto not even a thought at this point? Boruto was not even a thought
at that point. I don't.
Never mind. Let me put that aside then. What I mean is that when it comes to Naruto versus One Piece, I would have to argue, and this is only in Naruto's favor in terms of the West, all of Naruto has been aired on TV in some form or another, and even some of its edits were not as edited down as One Piece. But One Piece has not gotten a full, legit episode 1 till now airing on television, uncut or something closer to uncut than what 4Kids did.
Yeah.
Because even though DBZ had some stuff with its Ocean dub and even with its Funimation dub on television, it had some stuff, no doubt, but it did not get the One Piece treatment, in my opinion. Like some fans...
It's funny because One Piece even got, like, while it was running on Toonami then, it was arguably at one of its best arcs, Water 7.
Yeah, it's just a thing where if I didn't catch up, which I was not caught up at the time, could I have, like, because that's the thing, like, I'm still up to Baroque Works? Is that where I am? You know the arc names better than I do. Yeah, Baroque Works.
So you're still at around, like, Crocodile.
Yeah, now granted, I know about Inedu, or Enel, but I'm still, and in terms of video games, I've gotten up to Enel / Inedu, but when it comes to, televisions, even technically manga, I'm over there. So why is that relevant? Right. That's relevant because they were airing that on Toonami before it got canceled, I think.
Yeah.
Weren't they airing that on Toonami before it got canceled in some weird, like, it was edited, but it was Funimation edited?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's what they were doing. But then they skipped up until whatever arc that they first started on Toonami. Like the late night newer edition that we have now for the 5 years. They didn't start directly from after Crocodile. I thought they skipped.
I mean, no, I'm pretty sure they still did Skypiea and Anero. I remember seeing that at some point.
All right, I'm going to check that out right now because I'm curious, only because, we can talk about that while we're talking about this, of course, but I'm only curious because of the fact that I could swear that they skipped around a little bit, or at the very least, my main point still stands with the whole, you haven't shown it fully uncut. Now, I'm not saying One Piece would work if you showed it once a week uncut, but that's why, funnily enough, in a weird way, I'm kind of okay if Toonami went daily, even if it's just for an hour, and showed like a long-running show in that daily slot. Because I would watch on a daily basis a Dragon Ball Z One Piece Power Hour. Right. Yeah. You know, I would, even if it was just an hour, nothing crazy, just during the week, later at night, once an hour. Because guess what? People still have DVR regardless now, so or they could. So there's no reason why they couldn't do something like that, and people would watch it and they'd have a blast. But at 850 episodes, I'm not interested in watching it from the beginning on a weekly basis. Or heck, even watching it, I'd rather just read it, to be very honest with you. Unless it's being shown to me on a daily basis, in which case I'm like, you know what? I can take daily, actually. Even at 850. You know, Funimation isn't at 850 yet on DVD. It's like, I can take it. But let me see here. I want to see. As I'm looking this up, what did you think about the new base? You mentioned, Tom blowing up his own ship, which of course, freaked you out. Or rather made you go like, oh damn, they're actually getting serious here. But even having a new base, did you think he was going to jump to a new ship? What was your thought process?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he would have some way to get help and get a new ship, but when they're like, nah, we're going to crash here and bunker down and use this as a new base, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's something that, to me anyway, is kind of new.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
That's good. I'm okay with that.
Just like they've always had the Absolution, even, various forms of it and, different models and remakes, but it's always been on the Absolution. And when they lost the ship, I was like, no.
Them losing
a pretty cool idea to jump to.
Yeah, losing that ship, I was like, oh no. I was like, do not, because it's built like a tank too. That's the thing. It looks like it could withstand it can't withstand its own heart exploding. What killed the Absolution was the Absolution. It's like poetry.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, well, having another ship go completely nova.
We'll kind of do that. By the way, so from the looks of it, they aired up to season 6 of One Piece on television, but in a superly duperly edited format. They aired the last episode of season 6, which apparently is 195 episodes. So, granted, obviously we had some cuts from 4Kids, but still, that aired January 7th, 2009. That was the last time that aired.
Yeah.
And then jumped to season 7, and they actually skipped, I guess maybe a filler arc or something. They skipped 196 up until 207, and then they started at 207. So imagine, even if people were watching One Piece when they were younger, starting a series on Toonami, May 18th, 2013, at episode 207, even with Shippuden, technically Shippuden started on Toonami, restarted, because obviously it first aired on Disney XD, funnily enough, but when Disney XD was like, you know what, we're good with the license, we're good with this leaving us, Toonami picked it up, and they started Shippuden from the beginning, I believe. And
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I thought they did, because they're far enough now that they could have started it within the last 5 years from the beginning, I think. If I'm wrong, then my bad. Right, but I'm pretty sure they did. Either way, though, when it comes to One Piece, season 8, season 7, because I want to see when it was like, goodbye, everybody. Just Goku. Goodbye, everybody. They started at like 2, let me see here. It was 207. And then they went into season 7 even, or season 8 even, with episode 263, and they were still going. So, it lasted a while, funnily enough. It's just, I do wonder if it was just hard for people to track it, especially someone like me, who I didn't even watch a Nedu or a Nell on TV. So, I'm sitting there I know why Usopp's a superhero in terms of, he dresses this way, but I don't know much else.
I mean, they had started at the beginning of that arc, Water 7, and that was, that's an important arc. and I feel like it was powerful enough to carry the series forward. And like people could jump in and be like, you know, this is still pretty cool.
Yes.
At least if you knew a little bit about how it started, you know. But
yes, which you would think that they would, but I think maybe some people just couldn't. It sucks, but I think some people just couldn't.
Right.
This is odd. I hate this. They're still showing an English air date into 2017 because I think it airs somewhere else, like on a Funimation channel. And I'm like, no, I need to know when you ended on the Toonami. Thank you.
Right.
Well, no, because they still have it. They still have episodes going into February 25th, 2017. And I'm like, no, you were canceled on the Toonami. No, I need the Toonami. When did it stop on? Oh wait, no, did it stop? Wait. Oh, it stopped in like 2016. Okay. So it didn't stop. It didn't end in. Actually, no. Wait a minute. Hold on. When did One Piece actually get canceled? I thought it was a while ago. They're still showing it on the Toonami block in like late 2016, early 2017. What the fuck? Explain. Was One Piece only canceled a year ago? What the fuck? Tristan, what's going on with my memory?
I don't know, Matt. You're being corrupted. It's the Intruder.
Send help.
It's funny because as you're saying this, the bumpers are just getting more and more corrupted.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, Toonami ended officially March 18th, 2017. So, Tristan, you were right. It was carried for literally 2 years.
Yeah.
It ended March 18th, 2017 with episode 384.
Which I think also the problem was they started getting into filler at that point. Because I remember checking out an episode. Yeah, I feel like it was the filler that really did it. Because I was looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, so then let's come to a consensus here then, Tristan. We come to consensuses on this podcast a lot. Our consensus is that the Water 7 arc definitely was a great thing for them to start with. It's great that they skipped. I think it was filler before that they skipped. So it's a great arc to start with, but because you can't skip filler, especially, I don't know if it happened in One Piece, but with other shows, like Bleach started doing this and it got me really mad. They incorporated real plot into filler eventually.
Right.
So, like, it's not like Funimation could skip or Toonami could skip that filler and potentially miss some stuff in One Piece.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the case, but they also might not have had anything of, like, the next arc at that point, maybe. So.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. Yeah, did they have it dubbed? Now, I think that they did, but also, how do you tell, because here's the thing, too, right? How do you tell the Japanese distributor, we're skipping these episodes on American television?
Yeah.
Like, how do you tell them? It's not because they're not good. It's because nobody wants to watch them. How do you tell that to your Japanese, your not distributor, the publisher? Like, how is Funimation or even as Adult Swim, how does Adult Swim walk up to Funimation like, yo, can we legit skip these, please? Funimation's like, we have to talk to not our boss technically, but when it comes to being a licensor, in a way it's like reporting into a boss. Like, you really don't want to make the Japanese licensors upset and make them feel like their product is less worth it. And skipping shit is kind of the way to do it.
Funny thing is, another parallel, Tom blows up the Absolution. Luffy has to let go of the Going Merry. Holy crap.
God damn it.
And it was during that arc, too, so it's like, oh, God.
Well, you know what? I'm done. Well, wait, no. We should wrap this up by talking about what else aired, because it wasn't just One Piece. There was like another one.
Right.
No, there weren't that many stuff aired. There wasn't that much. Well, I already said Kill la Kill. Right? Yes, because I got a comic of Kill. You didn't get Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill was going on at this point. That was cool. Still need to check that out.
Looking at the way it's listed here, though, I wonder if that was when Kill la Kill was re-airing later. Because it's listed towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing that I find interesting as well is the fact that, yes, here I am. I'm right where I need to be. The fact that you can see how small the lineup was compared to what we have right now.
Yeah, because at that point, I think it was still only like 12 to 3, somewhere in there. Or maybe like 2:30.
Yeah, looking at it, it's literally like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, 4 hours, actually. But, like, when you scroll, like, to other shows, like, or you scroll down a little bit more, maybe some of the shows are just named longer things. But, like, it just feels like it's, like, Dragon Ball Z Kai, One Punch Man, Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Hunter x Hunter, Naruto. Like, it goes, like, it's really long, where here it's just, like, Kill la Kill, Akame ga Kill. You know, it's like, to me, it just seems smaller. Yeah, Parasite, even though it's Parasite the Maximum, but, like, Parasite,
even though
One Piece.
They had, you know, they still had big titles, too, though, so...
Oh, no, they had big titles. It's just that it was shorter.
Yeah.
The time, like the general block was shorter. They had bigger titles, no doubt. I'm just saying that, like, how do I say this? They had heavy hitters, but they were, in a way, I feel like they were relying a bit. I mean, not too much in this iteration, but in that year, though, they relied a little bit more on nostalgia. Like, arguably, you could say Naruto and One Piece are the nostalgia because they aired on either Toonami or... Well, I mean, Naruto originally aired on Toonami.
I mean, DBZ Kai was the front runner, so...
That's what I'm saying, yes. Aired on nostalgia a little bit. But we still did have, though, Kill la Kill, Akame ga Kill.
Yeah, you still had, like, those years or last year's big titles that had come over playing, too.
But even with Super, like even now with Super, it's like we have Super, but we have like My Hero Academia, we have JoJo, we have new blood, fresh new shonen blood. That sounds like I'm Dio, I think. But I think are you Dio Brando? Find out below. I just said fresh shonen blood. It is test. You are Dio Brando. It was you, Dio. But seriously though, yeah, I feel as if it's not like this was a terrible point in Toonami's history. I'm not saying that we're better now than we were then, but it is interesting how, like, this is a few months before they got, like, One Punch Man, which I think really was like, Tristan, it's happening!
Yeah.
You know? So, like, Toonami was, I feel like, granted, it had been around for, like, 2 years still, so I think it had found its footing, and it was better than when it was, even when it first came back. Not like that one April Fool's stream, because that was the best stream ever. But I'm talking about, and by the way, if you're like, Matt, are you using hyperbole? No, I'm not. That first stream, the April Fool's one, and we have the chance to talk about this now because it's the first TIE since Toonami came back, so I can say this. The first one it went from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m.,
right.
And we had Bleach, DBZ, Gundam Wing, Tenchi Muyo, Outlaw Star, Big O, Yu Yu Hakusho, Blue Submarine No. 6, Trigun, Astro Boy, and Gigantor, or Gigantor.
Yeah.
That was a goddamn amazing fucking lineup.
Right.
And then strangely enough, I think they went too far too fast, maybe? Or no, they were doing repeats. Because I'm looking at the early streams, and it was like 12 to 6 a.m. And I'm like,
right.
What? But I think they repeated stuff, if I remember. Yeah, Block repeated at 3 to 6 a.m., which you were working a job at the time that you really loved coming home late and being able to watch Toonami.
Oh, yeah.
But
that
as a
was the
repeat.
best for me because, I could see the repeat lineup because I missed it earlier on, but I could come home and see it.
Yeah,
so that was cool at the time.
That actually was cool at the time, and frankly, even though I love what they have going on now, I do wish they repeated that a bit. But to be fair, I think they do air Super during the week at some points, and because I get it on my DVR if I missed it, I'm like, oh, you're new.
Right. I think at one point they were airing like possibly an edited Super like earlier on, and I'm not sure why it needs to be edited in this day, but
PM.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think
what's
8
on at 8 p.m. nowadays, I find it kind of funny.
9 p.m., but yes, you're right. You're actually right.
No, it's 8.
I'll give you that. God damn it.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like they can get. I feel like they can. Also, we don't know if those are edited either. But I feel like they can get away with something that they made versus something that's a foreign, television program.
Yeah.
Either way, though, I don't know what else to say other than this has been another broadcast. I feel like we've discussed the TIE enough, and we've discussed everything around it enough. I mean, I have to say, here's something I enjoyed. Back in the day, when TIEs were trying to, move forward, and I feel like move forward generations, like the younger generation with tech and trying to have us get online and stuff like that. I like that back in the day. Now I like that now that the tech is here, they can do something like, hey, Tom, how about we just 3D print you a new arm? And of course, it wouldn't be like it is in Toonami, in this TIE. Of course, it's a bit more sci-fi, obviously. But still, it is crazy things that you can print out with 3D printers nowadays. And with a little bit of elbow grease, you could actually make look really good.
Right.
Especially if you have higher-end ones where, obviously you're
that
not
was pretty
printing
hilarious.
out. Yeah, where now it's like, the tech is technically here, a bit better in the show, of course, sci-fi, but still the tech is technically here, so he just prints himself a new arm. It looks a little bit different, but it works. It functions. And I was like, all right, that's funny. I do have to say, though, Glitchy Sarah, while it's a nice touch, it's a nice effect, I feel like it will hurt my eyes if I look at, I think they toned down her glitchiness for the actual streams. When
I
you
think
cut
after
to...
I think after the events, she kind of got a little better.
I say only a little bit better because, it hurts my eyes staring at her glitching out. It's a bit too twitchy.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a bit too much, and I'm like, ooh, that hurts a little bit.
Right.
So there's something about it that's a bit much. It's funny. It's not the purple blockiness around her. It's her face turning left and right.
Yeah.
In that fashion that hurts my head. Either way, though, it's a nice base that they found. It's a nice base. Like I said earlier, it's something different, it's something new, and I'm happy that the block went in this direction because even though I would love for him to get into a new spaceship, and I'm pretty sure he does later in other TIEs, but still, at this point though, there's no reason why we can't change things up a little bit. We have a new block, we have a Tom that we like. We like Sarah. Sarah's chill. Why don't we have him off the ship? It can happen, especially if it was Intruder doing it. But you know what? Fuck it. It's kind of I mentioned this to you earlier as a joke when I said the phrase, it's like poetry. But in this case, it's kind of poetic that he dies with the ship that he wanted. I want this ship, and I've destroyed Sarah like I wanted. All right, you want the ship? Die with the fucking ship.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, yeah. Tom even, it's he's like, thank you for taking yourself out of the picture, Tom, going to my ship, seeing as how the cannons can't fire, but, oh, look at that, yours still can. Goodbye. Any last words? He's like, yeah, I got some last things to say. This is for Sarah. And he hits the button and goes into the escape pod, and then the ship blows. That was beautiful.
Yeah. It's in a way, it's poetic. You died with your ship. You wanted it, you got it.
Yeah. It was painful losing the absolution, but
it was. But again, change is good.
What was I going to say? Oh, right. So the ending when they're getting back together. Thanks for saving my AI core. And she goes, "Do you is he gone?" He's like, "Yeah, gone with the wind. Space dust." I'm like,
that was
you blew him up you blew him up. Last time you just trapped him in the engine, and then jettisoned it out into space. This time you literally hit him with an explosion. But at the same time, I feel like Tom would have been like, well, if that doesn't do it, I don't know what the hell will.
Yeah. It was weird. I don't say it was it wasn't edgy, but it was just, I don't know, it was I don't know. I don't know how to describe that line. It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't. I don't know.
It was a little
joke?
corny, but I feel like that's Tom in a nutshell. He's the right amount of trying to be a badass and being kind of corny sometimes.
Yeah. I would like in the future, Toonami if you're listening, Adult Swim if you're listening, I would like in the future if we can have smaller level TIEs, just kind of him just seeing his mundane life. It sounds really dumb, but it was funny when Doctor Who did it, when they did those 5 shorter specials where the Doctor just or other beings, alien beings randomly stepped into Amy and Rory's life.
Right.
There's an ood in the loo.
Oh my God.
And stuff like that. Oh yeah, I accidentally left him. Don't worry, he wants to serve. Just let him serve you. And they were like, this feels so weird. Like they made him, the ood made like breakfast. They were like, yeah, this is weird. I would like stuff like that, but for Tom. Like, because you know what it is? Every time we get a TIE, it feels like even though we've seen him on his ship, or like he'll mention things, and this will probably be more relevant the next TIE, but like he'll mention things, and I'm like, I want to see that happen. Like, I want to see him explore, this ship or this base or something like that. Especially when you have something brand new, like the base that we've never seen before. It would have been nice to have a TIE before the next major one of him actually checking out what weird shit is in the base.
Right.
I don't know. I don't feel like every TIE needs to be like, everything is dying and exploding. Like, I just want, like, one, like, chill TIE. Like, oh, I apparently broke the coffee maker. Sarah, what can we do about this? Something more mundane. It can even just be a one-off little thing. It doesn't have to be like a 5-parter. It can just be like a random special that people are like, wait, what? That actually aired? Oh, that's funny. Like one 5-minute thing. It doesn't have to be like. I don't want an 18-part special about the coffee maker, Tristan. I'm just saying.
I do.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Sarah, a virus
Tristan
has infected the coffee maker.
My God.
God damn it, Tom. Why? I can't.
Just
I can only do so much from the mainframe.
Sonny Straight's voice comes out from a coffee maker. You know what? Fuck all this. You know what? Tom's like, I'm going to blow up the coffee maker and the ship. Tom, I really don't think you're seeing this. No, I'm going to blow up the coffee maker and the ship. Tom, I really don't think you should. No, you know what? I'm just going to do it again.
Tom, why are you holding the coffee maker at gunpoint? The intruder's backstab! No, Tom. Oh God, Tom, it's okay. It's just malfunctioning. It's not the virus from the intruder. I promise you. I scanned it like 6 times.
Literally, Tom sets their GPS. It's like Sonny Straight's voice. You should turn left. Takes out a flamethrower. No, Tom. It's just a built-in voice.
Oh, my God.
All right. So I think we're done here. I think we've stretched this on far enough. Anything else you want to say? Any last words before we wrap this up?
Well, yeah. In the words of the great man himself, I love this job.
I love this job. So, speaking of this job, as we're wrapping everything up, if you want to see a bunch of other stuff we've done, both on this channel, if you're listening to this through our Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel, or other podcasts we've done on our blogtalkradio.com/ThoseGuysOnTheRadio account, you can just go to those accounts. I would suggest if you're on the YouTube channel, though, liking and subscribing. Also, you can go to our Those Guys Play account where we do a bunch of gaming stuff there. Just search Those Guys Play. And also TG Productions where we do a bunch of fun, quirky, weird stuff. But also, I currently have a tokusatsu news show called oh, God. Tristan, it's hurting. My brain is shutting down. Quickly, please, plug me into the mainframe. We're currently doing Toku Station.
I'm trying.
We're in our second episode. The reason why my brain was completely shutting down is because I was constantly thinking of Keikaku Corner, which we have on this YouTube channel, but for some reason it was like, wait, why are they not connecting? And also with Keikaku Corner and with Toku Station, you get the audio versions of those podcasts over at our Patreon account, which is patreon.com/TGProductions, along with a bunch of other tiers that you can access that involve things like telling us what to do. Like, hey, you should do this podcast, or you should do this Let's Play, or you should do this gaming video or review. So a bunch of stuff like that is also available on our Patreon as well. And we have merchandise over at our TeePublic account, which will be posted down below, and also through our main website, tgproduction.net/merchandise. If you want to follow us, not just through our YouTube channels, but you go, I'm not on YouTube every day. Maybe I could follow you through social media. You can check out our Facebook, facebook.com/ThoseGuysOnTheRadio. Our Twitter, you can tweet us at @ThoseGuysRadio. And I mentioned our website before, but you can also go to our website, tgproduction.net, and we have all of our cool stuff there. So, thank you all so much. Love you all. Take care, and say good night, Tristan.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah. Oh,
Only
I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah. No, it's funny because I was like, he already said He already said, it's such a good job. So I'm like, is he going to do it again?
No, I thought about it, but